Hi, first grade. Are you so excited to finish our book? I can't wait. All right, so we're going to keep reading. Like I always say, make sure your thinking cap is on, your listening ears are on, and make sure your mouth is zipped, right? Because if you're talking when I'm talking, you're going to miss the really fun story, and that would make me sad. Okay, so let's see what we learn about today. What do you do with feet like these? If you're a chimpanzee, you feed yourself with your feet. If you're a blue-footed booby, you do a dance. If you're a water strider, you walk on water. If you're a gecko, you use your sticky feet to walk on the ceiling. If you're a mountain goat, you leap from ledge to ledge. What do you do with a mouth like this? If you're a pelican, you use your mouth as a net to scoop up fish. If you're a mosquito, you use your mouth to suck blood. If you're an egg-eating snake, you use your mouth to swallow eggs larger than your head. If you're an anteater, you capture termites with your long tongue. If you're an archer fish, you catch insects by shooting them down with a stream of water. The end. Didn't you love that book? It's so much fun, right? Okay, so we've had a lot of practice. We got to practice answering a question using question words. Then yesterday we practiced writing a question and then your teacher answered it. Hopefully they were able to answer it. I hope your questions were something from the reading. Now today you're going to do both of those things. You're going to write a question and you're going to answer it. So you're going to show your teacher that you know how to write a question from the story and then use words from that question to answer it. I know you can do it. You probably already know how to do this because you're so super smart, but you're going to show us that you know how to do it. Okay? So I'd like you to focus on the animals that we learned about today. All right? So let me refresh your minds what we learned about today. So we talked about chimpanzees, blue-footed boobies, water strider, geckos, mountain goats, and then we learned about pelicans, egg-eating snakes, mosquitoes, anteaters, and archer fish. Okay? So you can pick any of those animals that I just said. You're going to write a question about one of them. Let me pick an animal from another day to help you out and give you an example. So let's say I decided to pick the platypus. Do you remember when we learned about the platypus? We learned if you're a platypus, you used your nose to dig in the mud, right? So let's pretend we learned about the platypus today, and that's the animal that I'm choosing to write about. So my question would be, how does a platypus use its nose? And then I would answer it by saying, a platypus uses its nose to dig in the mud. Does that make sense? Did you hear how I kind of reworded my question to answer it? How does a platypus use its nose? A platypus uses its nose to dig in the mud. Okay? So now you have to pick one of the animals we talked about today, and you're going to do the same thing. You're going to think of a question you could ask about that animal, about something that you learned today, and then you're going to answer it by using your question words to answer the question. So you should have a complete question and then a complete sentence. And then your teacher's going to get to look at it and see how smarkle particles you all are. Okay? So have fun with this. Don't stress. If you need to go back to the beginning of this video to listen to the story again, please do that. It'll help to keep your brain where you need to be. Pick an animal. Once you have your animal, how about you just draw a picture of it first in your writing journal? That'll probably help you. And then you'll write your question, and then you'll answer it. Okay? So have fun with it. Don't get too stressed out about it. You know how to do this. I know you do. And then when you're all done, your teacher will look at it and get to check it. All right? So have fun with this. I'll see you tomorrow.